how do you lead someone who doesn't want to be led? A little audience participation, wherever you are when you're watching this video. When I do this, I want you to say the word that you think I want you to say, right? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, right? You can give a man a brain, but you can't make him think. That's more than just lyrics to one of my favorite rap songs. It's truth. Like, you can't make people do something that they don't want to do. Can you just fire them? I mean, is that what you want to be? Like, you want to be known as the people who hire folks so they can also fire folks? I'm not saying you should or you shouldn't. I'm saying these are questions you've got to think about for yourself. The truth is, life is 10% what happens to us, and then 90% the way we react or respond. And for me, the differential between react and respond is, most of the time when I react, it's a knee-jerk reaction. There's a reason it's called a knee-jerk reaction. Is if I just react on the spot, on the fly, sometimes I'll say things I couldn't unsay. I'll do things that we can't undo. I had a conversation with a gentleman earlier today who, at his job, instead of saying something he couldn't unsay, he knew it was time for a break. Taking lunch, be back later. Because he was so frustrated with what was happening, what was going on. And instead of engaging and then saying something he possibly would regret and certainly couldn't unsay or couldn't undo, he had the wisdom and the self-control to say, hey, you know what? I will be back, but first I'm going to be gone. Like you've got to be clear and be consistent. So if it's someone who you're trying to lead, but they don't want to be led, all you can do is the most you can do. And you're not in charge of that. You can't want something for someone so badly it changes their behavior. They've got to have some skin in the game. They've got to have some emotions in the game. They got to have their heart in the game. That doesn't mean that when you say jump and they don't say how high, you just write them off. That is leadership, right? Like, that's the charge for us as leaders. We're not order givers. We're not barkers. We're leaders. And so the best way to lead someone where you want them to go is by showing them why you want them to go there. Not just telling them. I mean, yes, sure. But remember, culture eats strategy for breakfast. And so I can give you the strategy, but if you don't want to do it, and you've been able to get away with not wanting to do it, or everyone else clocks in at a certain time, but if you're 5 minutes late, just kind of look the other way. Well, yeah, it's going to be much more difficult to inspire someone to change. But that starts with you. We're really quick to point the finger at someone else instead of saying, man, where do I need to get better? And one of the ways we need to get better is we need to understand ourselves. We need to be more aware of ourselves and how we would respond. But we also need to be aware for the people who we're leading and who we're coaching and who we're supervising and who we're responsible for at home and at work, right? You can absolutely